Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Thelma Scott, and I am the founder and host of Safe Communities Radio Talk Show. Today, we're going to have a wonderful time. But I just want to say I thank God for waking me up this morning. Because, you guys, we have to remember tomorrow not promised to any of us. So it's a wonderful day. We're going to rejoice and be happy in it. And I got some awesome guests today. And right now, I would like to turn you over to my co-host and let her say who she is, Dr. Allen, and then we'll have Sunshine. She's bringing sunshine today.
All right.
Okay, Sunshine.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Dr. Cynthia Allen. I am CEO and President of C. Allen Productions Unlimited. I am also a licensed insurance agent. I am been a part of Safe Communities for many, many years. Ms. Scott, like she tells people, I'm not a morning person, but she's the only one can make me get up this early.
I know it.
So I just had to throw that in here. But no, I'm really glad to be here this morning because we have some beautiful guests in the studio with us this morning, and I'm just can't wait to hear what each one of us which one of them have to share with us.
Okay. Okay, our next co-host, Sunshine. Tell
Good
me
morning,
about what she
everyone. Greeting from Radio Dabang, as well as Safe Communities, and of course, Sunshine Personnel Solutions. Sunshine Rodriguez here. It's always a pleasure and honor to connect and to be able to bring amazing guests, supporters, to be able to support our students with scholarships. And if you're not a member of Safe Communities, definitely consider doing so. It's only $10 to become a member, and $120 per year, and of course, scholarship sponsors. So we're always looking for individuals that would love to be able to collaborate, and it's always collaboration over competition. So if you're a business owner, come join us and be a part of Safe Communities. On another note, I'm owner of Sunshine Personnel Solutions and bless people with employment opportunities versus employers with great top talent candidates. So if you're looking for an employment, give us a call. Contact us on our website. And also, if you're an employer looking for employees, whether they have a clean background, misdemeanor, felons, we work with the prison system, shelters. We bring stability to many people's lives. So connect with us at Sunshine Personnel Solutions. Thank you.
All righty, thank you. And I'm so honored today to have my co-host here today, helping us out today. So I want to introduce Ms. Monnier. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She also works with Safe Diverse Communities.
Yes. So it's such an honor to be here today. It's just amazing to see so many women and so many individuals to come out into the community to sacrifice their lives to be able to want to make a difference for others. So it's super exciting. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I've been working with Safe Communities for many, many years. I think since I was maybe about 17, 18 years old, I started my journey. Yeah. Yes, and I've always had a passion to work in the community. I do hold the title as Miss Missouri City for 2025, so that's been super exciting. And I do have a NGO in Uganda where I help support women and children with their nutritional, educational, and just overall making a impact in their lives. So anyone who's looking to go abroad and make a difference, I'll definitely be open to communicating with you with that. Yeah. So, thanks for having me here. It's always a pleasure.
All right, thank you, Ms. Monnier. All right, and it's your time. All right, come on, tell us what you is. She has some guests today, but she's coming in. She always filling as a co-host. So come on, tell them what you do.
Well, good morning. I just want to say thankful for being here this morning.
Okay.
And I am an activist for both my boys with autism. I have two on the spectrum. And today we're celebrating, I have two boys on the spectrum, and I also do coffee talks once a month, every Tuesday. So if you're ever in the area, I-10, near Katy, towards downtown area, that's where we do them, and it's from 11 to 1. And I brought a special guest with me today, my friend with me. She has a long battle with, cancer, and since we're doing and acknowledging that today, I wanted to bring her to the forefront because God has truly blessed her in a way that is just tremendous. And I wanted her to be able to share her story today.
Okay, that's wonderful. Awesome. So if everyone out there listen today, Safe Communities in Radio Dabang, we are celebrating International Cancer Survivor Month. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to be doing it today. We'll be doing it also really the rest of the month. I know it was in June, but there's so many people that's recovering from cancer that I would like to honor, and for they can tell their story, because they have a beautiful story. And I love honoring people, and I love to hear the stories. They have such a beautiful stories. So right now, our first honoree is coming up. It's going to be Dr. Washington. We want her to come up and tell us a little bit about her story. Okay? Come on, Dr. Washington, right here, and come and tell us a little bit about your story. Okay? So honored to have you today.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I'm always excited to
Come
to
on up a
hear
little closer.
to hear when Dr. Scott is putting on a show, because it's always a great show.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So my mother and all 5 of her sisters all had breast cancer.
Wow.
So my siblings and I have always been on high alert. So we did our regular mammograms every year.
Mm-hmm.
Everything came out all clear. In 2023,
Mm-hmm.
I was diagnosed, and it was a shock to me, because again, I'm on top of things. I'm doing the monthly checkups and following all the rules. But it happened, and the way that it happened was not even coincidental, because I didn't go at my regular time. I missed my appointment. So just in waiting those 2 months could have made a huge difference in the initial diagnosis. I was stage 0. So I just thank God for that, because that was early detection is what made
Right.
the difference. And again, had I waited 6 months, that could have been different. No chemo, no radiation, just God. So my message to everyone would be, get those mammograms.
Wow.
Early detection made a huge difference in what my diagnosis came out to be. Since that time, my sisters have been tested, as well as my daughter. We know that we have a very strong gene in our family.
Right.
So, and now we're beginning to battle ovarian cancer. My mother actually passed away from ovarian cancer. We had no idea that was even on the radar.
Oh.
And there is a connection between the two.
Yes, it is.
So my instructions to everyone: get those checkups. Get those checkups. Your body is just too important, and you are too important to not get it done.
Yes, too important. Okay, just tell a little bit about what you do for a moment, if you can give us a minute of what you do and what I help you do. Serve on your board, okay?
Sure. I am the president of the Greater Houston Frontiers Club, and what we do is provide scholarships to high school students. And Ms. Scott has been a member for
15.
15 years and a very active member.
Yes.
And we look for deserving high school students. This past May, we awarded 51 students with $2,000 each.
Right.
And in 2024,
Let's give them a
we
hand.
awarded-
That's
Thank
beautiful.
You. Thank you. In 2024, we awarded 50 kids. So we are looking to not only support our students financially, but also mentoring them in different programs. We've got 23 active members. Ms. Scott, again, is one of those.
Yes.
And we go into, we make sure that our kids are prepared for the world.
Right.
I'm also an educational diagnostician, so I'm testing students. I'm a dyslexia therapist. So I'm
All right.
spending time with kids and adults all the time.
All
So-
the time.
So again,
Every day.
I'm just grateful to be here and to share my story.
All right. Thank you so much for being here. We'd like to honor you with this certificate here today and get a picture with you, if you don't mind. Come up a little closer. Yeah. Let me see you. Yeah, put the mic down. You can see everybody? I think we need to hold this up a little bit. Hold it first. You got your curse there. Hold it, yeah. Can you hold it? Now move. Tell us when you're ready.
1, 2, 3.
And again, Dr. Washington, congratulations, and thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
All
I
righty.
really appreciate that valuable information.
Get it done.
Absolutely.
All right, that's wonderful. Okay, so Angela, you want to call up your guest, and Maribel, is your guest coming? No. Okay. Angela gonna do her guest, and then I'm gonna do my guest. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I want to go ahead and bring up my beautiful friend, my
Talk a little louder.
sister. I want to bring up my beautiful friend, my sister, Miss Tiffany Banks.
Okay, Miss Tiffany, come on over here with us, Miss Tiffany.
Thanks.
Good morning.
Good morning, Miss Banks. How you doing
I'm
today?
doing well, thank you. I'm
We're so happy
honored
to have you to be here. Yes,
Thank you.
honored to have you today.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here to tell my journey. My name is Tiffany Banks. I am a cancer survivor. I guess you can say 2 times. My journey is I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2019. It was really fast. It just happened to be that I have the BRCA gene, kind of similar to Dr. Washington,
Right.
in my family. And my sister, actually, she was like, you need to go get tested. She got tested, and she did everything as a precautionary thing. But me, I ended up going to get a mammogram and was diagnosed with early stage, or what we call carcinoma in situ.
Right.
With that being said, went really rapidly. All these things happened really quick. So just like Dr. Washington said, it's very important to be on top of it, to get your
Right.
mammograms, to get your prevention, because you just never know. So at that time, I had to get a double mastectomy. I also got my ovaries removed, because
Right.
all those things are linked.
Connect together.
They're
Yes,
all
they are.
connected.
They are.
They can come at any time. So, after my journey is going through reconstructions and actually going through the year or 2 process that it took to kind of feel whole, as a woman again.
Right.
And it's just such a blessing to, first of all, be able to get in front of it, for it to be at a stage that did not make it so I had to have any chemo or any radiation.
Oh, you're
so
blessed.
I was
Oh,
very
you're
blessed about that.
Yes.
Recently, this year, they diagnosed me with melanoma in my foot. And
Oh,
so
okay.
that's another, that comes around too, because skin cancer is
Right.
another thing that is really high for those who have BRCA tests. And just because I have melanation does not make
Right.
it so I do not can't get skin cancer.
Right.
And so I had to go and get that removed. These are all journeys that we have to go through. My journey is because it is a gene, but we have environmental factors. There's all other things. And so getting in front of it is definitely the number one thing. I had to definitely make a lot of decisions about, did I want to remove both breasts? Do I want to just remove one? Do I want
Right.
to remove my ovaries? And for me, it was just best to be preventative
Right.
and get in front of it so that I can have a quality of life
Right.
for myself, my grandchild, and things of that nature.
Right.
One thing I did learn, that if you are BRCA positive,
Right.
my son, my grandchildren, everyone needs
Right.
to get tested.
Yes.
Because you are not, just because you're a man, you still can have breast cancer and things
Right.
of that nature. That journey led me into being a licensed insurance broker, in which I am a broker, and I help others, to find care, to,
Right.
get insurance, to do those things, to have a final expense, to make sure that their family
Right.
is taken care of should they, perish.
Right.
So that is my journey.
That's so important. Thank you so much for that beautiful journey. We want to honor you with this certificate from Safe Communities Radio Dabang. So thank you for being here. Come up and let's get a picture. Okay, everyone? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All righty. Okay. She looking down. Okay, you ready?
1, 2, 3.
All right. Okay. Well, we're doing 2 things today, but before we go into the men's health and wellness, we have another friend of ours not here that very dear to Cynthia and our hearts, and she's gonna say a little bit about Miss Rose Johnson. She's a very dear friend of ours, and she's not here today. I think her son, she's dealing with some sickness in her family, but we
Yeah,
just want
she's been
to
having
say
a
a
lot
little
of
bit
illness.
about her because she's a very dear friend to us. So she's gonna talk a little bit about her. Okay.
Hey, I was formerly her president of the Rose B. Johnson Colon Cancer Awareness Foundation. Miss Rose is a beautiful lady. She was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer, and they really only gave her like 6 months to live.
Right.
But thank God it's been almost over 20 years, and
Yes.
she's still going.
Let's give a hand 'cause God is good.
She's still
20
going
years.
very strong. And she
God
is
is
a
good.
true
God is good
advocate
all the time.
about early detection, about getting screened and tested for colon cancer.
Right.
You know, and the importance of having a colonoscopy, because if they find the polyps early enough, they can go ahead and remove them while they're doing the colonoscopy,
Right.
before they turn to cancerous.
Right.
But Mrs. Rose had a long journey, but I thank God that she's still here. Her organization is still functioning.
Right.
Ms.
Thank
Linda
God.
Johnson is now the president.
Linda Scott.
And they're still raising awareness
Linda
about
Scott.
the
Linda
Oh,
Scott. You
I'm
said
sorry, did I
Linda
say
Scott.
Linda
She
Johnson?
said Linda Johnson.
Oh no, I meant Linda Scott.
Linda Scott. Yes.
Yes, yes, she is. She is the president now, and I still work with that organization in any capacity that they need me, to do. But we, like I say, I'm always raising awareness about whatever kind of cancer, because I like. This young lady over here was saying of ovarian cancer. I have a grandmother that passed from that.
Right.
And I also have a husband that has prostate cancer. So I do believe in early detection. So every year, get
year.
those tests, because they are very important.
Well, before I let Sunshine say something, I just wanted to say that one of my co-hosts that's here, that's not here today, she's out in the field, and that's Chris Noble. Chris and I, we're waiting on the next session to come, and we're going to be meeting with the insurance companies, talking to them in reference to mammograms, you guys, because it's so important. You can go for your yearly checkup. You can already have breast cancer. I just want to let you know that. When I went for mine, it was already in the second stage, and I didn't miss no appointments, right? So, and I want to say about my goddaughter, Sharice Johnson. She passed. She went for her checkup. It was already in the fourth stage, okay? So, but the insurance company, you guys, you have to know this. They will not only pay for one mammogram. If you want to get two, then you have to do it yourself. And another thing that they don't do, the insurance company do not want to pay for a mammogram until you're 40 years old. That needs to change.
That does.
My first time around with breast cancer, I was 30 years old. And I'm an advocate. And Chris Noble and my co-hosts here, we are activists, really, for women with breast cancer. And we're going to be fighting. We're going to be going back and forth to Austin. But guess what? And Sandra Scott and him, when we go to Austin, they says come there, it's Thelma and Louise. But guess what? We coming up there for good trouble, right? Good trouble. And it's all about saving lives. It's all about saving lives, you guys. But we must fight for 2 mammograms a year, right? One is not doing it. Okay, one is not doing it anymore.
I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
You said early detection is everything, but I'm trying to understand. You was doing everything they're supposed to be doing, but they
Yes.
did not detect that until.
No.
I'm trying to figure out why doctors cannot detect that. Like if you're going for your appointments,
Right.
you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. The reason I'm speaking on this is because my aunt did the same thing.
Right.
And she found out she had cancer. It was hidden behind her gallbladder. By the time we did early detection, everything, she did everything correctly. But by the time she got in, it was already at stage 4, very aggressively. So she had 2 weeks to live.
Oh my God.
So we had to prepare quickly.
You have to do it.
So I'm
correct.
just trying to see like where it seems like it's
Well, I can agree with
Yeah.
Kevin Hyde because the first I had to have surgery. I had to have immediate surgery, right? 6 weeks later, guess what? It had spread it. In my lymph nodes, I had to have another surgery. Within 2 months, I had 2 surgeries for breast cancer. So it can spread really, really fast, you guys. Because I'm going to tell you, I had a really hard time. I come to hemo, but that radiation set me on fire. So I really had a hard time. But you would never known that I was dealing with breast cancer behind the scene because I didn't miss a show, and I kept going to all of my events doing what they do. But behind the scene, I was really fighting for my life, right? But I thank God when I look back over 2024, I'm blessed to be here, you guys, because I was fighting for my life every day.
I'm glad you're here.
And that's just last year, okay? Okay, Mary Bray, you want to say something about
Yes,
your
so
honoree?
I do. I admire you a lot, Ms. Scott, because of your resilience and you're a role model for all of us.
Right.
You know, and a prime example, what you were going through. This was just last year, in 2024,
I just came here for
and you never missed.
Never
You
missed.
Never missed a show,
Never missed a
and
show.
you were always on top of the show and on top of us, making sure that the students got scholarships, that we had the events, and you know. So yes, I do definitely admire you.
And I used
Thank
to
you.
tell her all the time, Miss Scott, you need to rest. You need to take time for yourself. I said, I don't know how she did it. I really don't. I mean, but I know, like you say,
Well, let me tell you how I
determination.
did it. Me and Jesus. Me and Jesus. What people really don't know, I tell them, I said, when you come after me, you better know one thing. I'm a blessed child of God.
Yes.
I'm a blessed child of God when you come after me, because God has got me every day. Every day. Wait, go ahead.
Yes. He has you here today for a testimony for this.
Yes.
This is why. You know, he uses you for a reason for everything.
Yes.
And this is the reason why. So,
And she is really truly a role model, because not on top of cancer, she's had heart attacks.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Her body has gone through a lot of
Heart
trauma.
attack and
Trauma.
and a stroke.
And a stroke. So that's what I'm saying. She's gone through a lot of trauma. And I always tell Miss Scott, you need to slow down. Just take some time to rest. But you know, that's like talking to the wall, because she's a go-getter.
All I can say, it must not be my time, because God ain't. Because I love helping people, and I love helping these kids, what I do. And I want to say to everybody, you guys, we are celebrating 25 years. 25 years.
Yay.
25 years. So it's a blessing, because I miss my husband, because we started out in 2000. My husband was with me, and he died in 2008. And all of my dear friends and my kids now, we've been keeping everything going. But I really miss him, but I know he's always looking down from heaven, right? And knowing we're in our 25th year, I was talking to Mr. Dale Lockton yesterday. He said, Ms. Scott, when you're coming, so we're going to be on Channel 11 News on the 14th with Deborah Duncan, celebrating our 25 years, right? We supposed to did a TV interview. They usually do an hour for us every year, but this year I said, listen here, I'm not in. I got to catch up, right? I can't do it. I said, because my body needs to rest. So I thank God for where I am today, because we have come a long, long way. Okay? So off of that subject, now we're going to get to men, and men's wellness, health and wellness. All righty. I have a dear friend of mine that's here today, going to talk a little bit about it. We're in the same building. How has that happened? We're in the same office building, right? I was coming out of my office and looked up, and Miss Johnson said, Miss Scott, look at that. I said, who? She said, that's Sean. I said, Sean, what you doing in this building? He said, I'm in this building. So come on, Sean, and tell us your story. Let's give him a hand. Thank you for coming. He's our only male today, so we're going to let him shine, okay? You're in the spotlight, Sean. Come on with it. Sean got some good stuff we're going to talk about. Okay, Sean, come on.
Good morning. I first want to say how grateful and honored I am to be among so many powerful, phenomenal women. I lost my mom to lung cancer, and I was her caretaker. So to just hear y'all's stories, it's just fulfilling, and it's filling me up with so many emotions, but I'm going to try to pull through it, though.
Okay.
But I'm grateful to be among
Take your
y'all.
time. Take your time. Take your time.
My name's Sean Allison, and I'm the program coordinator for the African American Male Wellness Agency, and we are the health and wellness agency arm of the National Center for Urban Solutions.
Right.
Our flagship event is Black Man Wellness Day. We call it the funnest day a black man to have at the hospital. Because you know they say men don't like going to the hospital. So what we do, we bring the hospital to them.
Right. I love it.
We
love
do
it.
testing. We have that way they can feel comfortable. They can bring their wives. They can bring their children.
Right.
And the main thing is for them to get their numbers.
Right. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And I'm here to talk about something that a lot of men don't like to talk about, but it needs to be addressed, and that's men's mental health. This month is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month,
Yes.
and I strategically wrote a book called Boys Cry Too.
Okay. All right. Look at me. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Miss Sean, this boy cried too. Go ahead and tell us.
And I wrote this book because
Right.
we've been, as boys and men, we've been conditioned how to be strong. We were never taught how to heal. And so in order to first learn how to heal, we got to first write ourselves a mission statement to how to feel.
Right.
And one emotion that we got robbed of how to feel is crying.
Right.
We was always taught boys don't cry.
Right.
So I wanted to dispel that fear by writing a book and allowing men and boys to heal their inner child. Because a lot of things that men dealing with, sex addiction, drug addiction, that's just the symptom. When you
Right.
get to the root, it's trauma.
Right.
And that's a word that most men do not like to talk about.
Amen.
Vulnerability,
Amen
most
to
men
that.
do not like to talk about.
Right.
And so I like to call myself a defier of odds, because you'll never think a person with my exterior
Right.
would talk about a subject like that.
Right. Right.
But I'm culturally
Amen.
competent.
Amen.
I'm a honor roll student at Prairie View University for social work. Yes, ma'am.
Go on, Sean, with your bad self.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm also a licensed chemical dependency counselor.
Okay.
I graduated summa cum laude from Alabama Community
All right,
College.
go on, Sean. Tell
ma'am.
go on, Sean, with your bad self.
And
Two times.
I'm also a former inmate.
Okay.
And so a lot of time when they say,
That's a story, you guys.
a lot of time they said, okay, a person go to jail, they deserve to be there, and it's no good
Right.
people, nothing good come out of jail.
Right.
I'm just spilling that milk too.
That's right. All right.
This is my first book called Breaking the Cycle.
Okay. All right. All right, Sean.
Because you know how they say the easiest way to keep something from a black person is to do what? Put it in the book.
Put in the
So
book.
that's what I want to do. I'm going to put something in the book that's
something in the
tried and
book.
proven to work.
Right.
I've been
Good.
home almost 6 years by
Right.
everything I wrote in this book.
All right.
So
Amen.
They don't
Amen.
like to talk about. They like to talk about the high recidivism rate, but
Right.
they don't like to talk about the success stories.
The success story.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
it.
Yes, ma'am.
Got a story to tell, and tell
ma'am.
that story.
Yes,
All
ma'am.
right. Shauna, we're so glad to have you here today. And we're honored to honor you with this certificate for all of your braveness and all of your accomplishments that you have. And I love it. Let's say it. I want to say it one more time with your bad self. Come on, with the guitar. All right. Got it. All right. Thank you so much.
Mr. Sean, I'd like to say I really appreciate your testimony.
Yes.
I can relate. I have a friend that recently committed suicide.
Yes.
And he was not a person that really just reached out and talked. And I
Right.
think if had he had a person like you in his life,
Yeah.
that he would not
In
have
his circle,
taken.
right.
And they say black people don't commit suicide. They don't do that. Yes, we are.
Yes,
but
we
they
do.
just
But they don't talk about it. But
And
we
so
do.
I think it's very important what you're doing. I congratulate you. I wish your business much continued success.
Right.
But that this is something that's very important. Men do not like to talk about what they're going through.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I just ooh, thank you for that.
Now, how was it was one that committed suicide? How was it, Cynthia?
He was in his
Come on,
early
go-
70s. He was
go
in
ahead.
his early 70s.
Can you talk?
Yeah, he was in his early 70s.
And he got depressed,
And
really
he got
depressed.
and depression is real. I know that personally
Yeah.
because I suffer from. I too suffer from
Right.
from depression.
And I do too. I have
Yes, I
most
do.
of my life.
So
it is.
I do know mental health, and I tell people all the time, don't be so judgmental
Right.
about people because you never know what another person is going through. What they're, every smile. People look at me and they think, "Oh, she's so happy. She got this, she got that going
Right.
on, and this and that."
They don't know.
But you don't know what
Behind the
that person
scene.
in their alone time
What's
is
that?
going through.
You don't know.
And I say all the time, every smile is not a smile of joy.
It's not.
It's just a smile of just trying to get through.
trying to get through the
And I
day.
just thank you, Mr. Sean, for that awesome testimony.
Yes, ma'am. One thing that we do with the African American Male Organization, we have what's called Real Man, Real Talk.
Right.
And what Real Man, Real Talk is, every third Thursday of the month, we go on different parts of the city, and we create a safe space for men. We call it Take the Mask Off.
Right.
And we have two powerful peer-to-peer activities that's
Right.
transforming that get beneath the surface
Yes.
and allow men to be vulnerable.
Right.
And another thing, men suffer from what's called functional depression.
Yeah.
That means
Yes.
that's when they see. Most of the time, we think about depression. We
right.
think about somebody that isolate themselves, don't want
Right.
to eat, don't want to sleep.
Right.
But with men, we lose ourselves in our work.
That's right.
Right.
The whole time we
That's
fighting
right.
depression.
That's right.
Right.
That's right. That's right.
That is so true.
That is so true. Oh my gosh.
Appreciate that
Thank
awesome
you.
testimony, and I hope more men will really connect with you, and I really
Right.
hope that they take self-examinations.
Right.
Let them know that there is help. There is somebody that will listen to them. And sometimes it's hard to get them to start talking, so you have to create, like he was saying, create
Safe space.
a safe space.
A safe space for them, yes.
To where they feel comfortable enough. And it's good when they know that somebody else has walked through
Right.
and been through it. So you can be a testimony to
Right.
them,
To them.
to let them know they too can fight this. They can come through this depression.
To have that,
'Cause it's no
have that
joke.
safe space.
It's a safe space. It's no
Okay,
joke.
Sean, tell us how the men can reach you. Can you tell us how they can reach
We
you?
on African American Male Wellness Agency on all platforms, on all social media platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Is there a number
Facebook.
that they can call?
They can call 281-837-9409 and stay connected with our next Real Man, Real Talk.
Okay. All
You know,
right.
we also do, with the opioid awareness, opioid epidemic,
Right. Yeah.
we also do Narcan training because statistics show we also have the highest overdose deaths.
Yes, we
And so
do.
our initiative is called It's Our Problem Too. And what we do, we go into communities where black and brown at, 'cause we got the high, from 15 to 19, they had the highest spike.
Yes,
From
they-
19 to 44, they had the highest overdose deaths,
Yes.
fentanyl and everything. And like I said, I'm a person that used to be on the other side. I sold the drugs.
Right, so you
now
know.
I go downtown, I go to Third Ward, I go to
You know.
Fifth Ward, I go to Acres Home.
You know.
Where they at. And because personally, my brother's girlfriend died overdosed on Easter.
On
And he was
Easter.
gonna commit suicide. So I had to I stay in Tomball. I had to leave from Tomball and
Right.
go to Missouri City to talk him down from committing suicide because instead of using the Narcan, he panicked.
Jesus.
And she overdosed
Amen.
in front of him.
Right. Oh my God.
How they can purchase your book, Mr.
Yeah, tell them how to purchase your book.
On Amazon, they're on Amazon, and if you connect with the African American Organization, I will pull up on you and sell them to you personally. Give you an autograph signature and a picture too. But they're on Amazon, both on Amazon.
All righty. Thank you so much, son. Thank you for that beautiful testimony. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you. Give them a hand.
Didn't we say we had some awesome guests this morning?
We
in
have
the
some awesome
studio?
guests. Get them right
We
there,
have some
Mary
awesome
Beth. She's going to talk
guests
about her
this
guests. But
morning.
before we do that, Dr. Washington, can you come back up?
Dr. Washington?
I know Dr. Washington, she was talking, but she's going to give you the number and give you how to get in contact with Greater Houston Frontiers because she left that out. Okay, can you tell them how to get in contact
Right.
with Greater
Greater
Come on
Houston,
up, look. Come on, look. Yeah.
GreaterHoustonFrontiers.com is our website.
Okay. What's the number?
You can call me.
Okay,
You
give
can
me your
call me
number.
at 832-771-1986.
Okay, say that again. Greater
832-771-1986.
And the website?
GreaterHoustonFrontiers.com.
All right, you guys got it? If y'all looking for a scholarship, remember that. All right. Thank you, Dr. Washington. Okay, Mary Brett, can you tell us a little bit about your guest, a little bit about, let's say one thing, when we close out the day, and Andrew, you might do it, we want to be able to pray for Mary Bell's mom. Mary Bell's mom has been in the hospital, she's been ill, so we want to lift her up in a prayer, so right?
Thank you.
Because she's amazing. Well, she's
Yeah, she's
amazing.
going through progress now.
She's
She's one
going
of
through
my
so much.
sisters.
Put the mic up
Yes.
close. We get
Yeah, so thank you for the prayers. I know Miss
Give 'em talking
Scott had been
mic. Yeah,
mentioning
talking
about
mic.
my mother. Yes.
Okay.
My mother was in the hospital for a few weeks. She's out of the hospital. She went to my sister's now. She's back at home since one day ago.
Right.
And she loves doing everything herself. So
Right.
we're going to continue praying for her.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, do you have a guest that you want to talk about
I do. They will be coming on the next round.
on the next round? Okay.
Yes, but I want to acknowledge my nephew. He was 12 years old that I remember when he first got diagnosed.
Right,
I think he's
okay.
like 19 years old now.
Okay.
So he went through many, many surgeries.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yes, so we as a family member, we had to be strong for
Right.
our families. So I never cried in front of him, but I still, during that time, I was not believing he had cancer.
Right.
And thankfully, he survived. He is a survivor, and that's who I will be bringing. But
Okay.
anyone that goes
Okay.
through cancer, the parents go through so much. The family, it's just
Everybody.
a different, totally different environment. You go through a drastic change from A to Z,
Right.
and it's just being there for the family.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes,
but I know many other people that have had cancer, and I pray for every single one of them.
Right.
And there's a little girl that I'm gonna try to reach out to them, but she goes
Right.
through a lot of different stages and different surgeries.
Right.
And I'm going to see if I can bring her in.
All right. That's
Yes.
wonderful.
And
All
also,
right.
we want to
Thank you.
pray for the
Make sure you're talking
caregivers
to
of
them.
people
Yes.
that's going through cancer,
Yes.
too.
You have to be
Okay.
very
Because it
compassionate.
don't just affect the person that's going through it.
Right.
The caregivers, the people that they have
The
to
entire
live
family.
with, And so we just want to thank them as well.
Yes,
Right. Well, thank them as well.
absolutely. And if you are not compassionate and don't do it just for a job.
Right.
Yeah.
All of us have bills and need a check, but if you're just doing it for a check, this is not the position. Yes, because we had to have no anger.
And
had to
love-
have patience.
Patience
have compassion,
and love and love and love
Yes.
and
I
love what you
always say,
do.
there go I.
Love what
because
you do.
It could easily be me. So I try to be compassionate. I try to be patient.
Right.
You know, and then sometimes when they're angry, they'll lash out at the person
Right.
closest to them.
Right.
But try not. I know it hurts, but try not to take it personal. You know, it's just that they're going through something, and like Mr. Sean was saying, it could be a form of depression. You know, you just got to be patient with a person.
And you got to love what you do.
You gotta
I know the
love
old saying that my husband is always say, you know, he's in heaven listen, but he always say, remember, honey, if you're working on a job that you love, you'll never work a day in your life.
That's right. I agree.
And that's how
his
I feel.
words. That's right. And that's how I feel. You never
Even
work
when
a
I
day in your life.
volunteer my time, I just love what I do. You know,
Yeah.
helping people, extending
I love
my
what I do.
knowledge, extending a helping hand, blessing others.
I wake up and I help somebody. When I wake up, I help somebody. That makes my day. Because I have so many kids from Aldine and from Westfield and also HISD where my program is housed. The kids call all the time, the mothers call. You know, I was so blessed is because when the new superintendent came, you guys, I want to say that when he came, they like shut my program down, right? For 2 years, I did not do the program. And I worked with the kids with disability. That's my autism program, Wheatley High School. I've been on that doing it for 17 years. So, and I just prayed about it. You know, Ron and I, my godson, Ron and I said, we're just going to pray about it, leave it alone. So last October, you guys, I got a phone call from the principal at Wheatley High School. She said, Miss Scott, how are you doing? I said, oh, I'm doing good. She said, well, how would you like to bring your program back to Wheeler High School? I said, are you kidding me? So I said, well, I'm already got my program in over here at Spring ISD at Westfield, which I always had at Westfield. She said, no, I want you to come back. I said, oh. I said, no. She said, these kids has not done anything since you left. We get the bus, we take them shopping, we take them to eat, and they come they field trip, they come here for their field trip. So they was here in May for their field trip, right? We had 25 kids with disabilities. They come in and just take over, right? Give them a mic and do what they want to do. That give them life. And they know that Miss Scott is going to take them and do something with them because they love this like my babies, right? They've got all kind of different illness, but that's what you have to do. You have to love what you do. That's how you never work a day in your life, so I love what you do. You know, I used to have the kids all the time with me. They said, Miss God, every time we turn around, you got all them kids with you. Well, that was my life, taking care of the kids. I don't do it anymore, but I love going on campus and taking care of the kids, especially my program over at Wheatley High School. So I love working with Miss Yai and working with the principal there. They're amazing, right? And the kids, I'm telling you, when Cynthia, was you here when they get ready to leave? Listen here, they don't want to leave.
They didn't want
Want to leave. She told the bus to come. He was holding on to my leg. Okay, hold on. I'm dragging him. It was Adrian. I said, Adrian, you gotta go. No, I want to take me. I want to take Miss Cotton. Adrian, you gotta go. The bus is out there waiting.
The kids know she cares. You know, people just need to know that you care.
Go ahead.
That part right there, Mama Scott, when they
Right.
know that they love, then they know that
Right.
you have that compassion for, like you just said, you have to
Right.
love what you do. I
have to love.
advocate,
Right.
not just for my boys, but
Right.
I advocate for the community.
Right.
I advocate for the other babies that don't have a voice too as well.
Right.
Just like you mentioned about
Right.
depression,
Right.
you know, with men, with women too as well,
Right.
because I was depressed at one time
Right.
in my home, trying to figure it out, you know.
Right.
And so at the end of the day, you want to be able to have that compassion to be able to help somebody else. Because when I was depressed, now that I'm out in the community, I run into a lot of women that's going through the same thing. And so they want to be able to talk to somebody and
Right.
be able to have somebody to talk to.
Well,
yeah, so I
I
think
want
that's
to
important.
say this. I want to bring it out because some people was asking me to watching the show on with autism dads. Can you tell her who one of them autism dads was?
We had a couple of them.
I know, but I'm one that's connected to you.
Oh, my ex. My
Yo,
ex-husband.
That's the story that we want to hear. He's up here.
Mama Scott, no, you did not.
Yes.
That's put me on the spot.
I put you on the spot. Yes, because he had such a testimony. He was crying. You know, it was us. And I tell you, Ron was saying, you know, this is an amazing show. Right. Let her tell you about her. She invited her ex.
I invited my ex-husband. We have 3 kids together.
Right.
2 of them on the spectrum, Trey and Jalen. And we was together for 28 years. We was married at, high school sweetheart, 17.
Right.
And so, of course, things along the way, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we still co-parent. And we
Right.
still, because our boys still need us. They can't
That's
take care of
right.
themselves, you know.
Right.
But he gave his story, and
Yes, he did.
and went almost into a whole frenzy of
Right.
our lifestyle. Mama Scott had to say, "Hey, wait a minute," you know.
Right.
But he was very compassionate about just
Right.
trying to be there for the boys because he has been MIA. Just
Right.
like men don't, you know, when they suffer
Mission
with
action.
depression
Right.
and other things, and so, like he said, drowning themselves into their work,
Right.
trying to figure it out, and that's one of the things he battled
Yes.
with the autism. He's
Yeah.
not completely all the way accepted,
To dance.
and
right
this is
there.
where we are today. And so, yeah, so but
And he
other-
said what he said. He said what he said.
Oh,
My wife. She said well my ex-wife learned me something today. He almost said my
yeah, I almost
wife.
said it right. And then he said, then he just confessed his love on the radio. He was like, "I love you, and I still love you." I was like,
I sure did.
Lord, what's going on
That's
right now? And we've been divorced 7 years.
Rose
like-
said, "Come on now." And he was. We know him because he was very emotional. He said,
Yeah.
"Y'all making me cry."
Yeah,
He said, "I
he
love my
was.
wife, and I still love my wife." I said, "Okay."
Yes, he was.
yes,
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
In
And I
that
told him
moment.
too, Mama Scott. I said, I still love him.
Yeah.
I still love my
He's-
husband. It's,
Because it's from
my
your
ex-husband,
kids, of course.
It is what it is. But I don't think I never get remarried again. Hey, only God can say that.
Right.
You know, so I
Only
leave it
God
right
can.
there. But yeah, but at the end of the day, yeah, he was just really compassionate. And like I say, he loved his boys.
Right.
And he's suffering with depression as well. I can't wait to get in contact with you and y'all, you know, exchange numbers.
Help the women.
My guest that was supposed to be here, Mr. Marlin,
Okay.
prostate cancer as well.
Right. Okay.
Like, you know, suffer with depression. He said, I would love for y'all to connect. Like, so
Right.
I'm going to make sure I get your information.
Yeah,
And
connect
yeah,
with him.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's very important.
Thank you so much for that beautiful testimony. Okay, Mary Bear going to close out. We're going to talk a little bit about August 2nd. We'll be celebrating 25 years, and everybody's invited, but Mary Bear going to tell you what she wants you to do.
Yes. So first of all,
Venables.
thank you, young ladies, for your amazing stories, young man. Depression is serious.
Yes, it is.
I was depressed for a whole year, 2024. No one knew it because I'm
I
always
did.
smiling. Miss Scott did. Miss Scott did. I was married for 28 years.
I'm
just like
going to
you
hold it
said.
right there. I got to tell the whole world this. Mary Bear had a room full of people just packed. She was having her breakfast. And so
Breakfast.
she said, y'all pray for me. She said, because I lost my husband, and I want y'all pray for me. I said, Mary Bear, your husband ain't dead. She said, Miss Scott, you called me out. Everybody said,
Because I've always
I
said,
said,
rest in
he's
peace.
missing in action. He's missing, but he ain't dead. Everybody started praying for. We so started hearing about it. They thought he was dead. He ain't dead. He's missing in action. Okay.
Because I've always said I buried him alive, but during that time. And you know, when you put the little rest in peace, that's what
Right.
I've always done. So
Yeah.
people
Yeah, rest in
really
peace.
thought he died, but he died in my heart. But you know
Everybody
what?
was saying, "Oh, we're so sorry, man. We just."
He's still the father of my kids. I was married 28 years, and it was very hard 2024 because it wasn't about missing him. It was about missing my family.
Right.
That's what I was missing, the togetherness, 4 kids, family.
Right.
But I went through that, and it was part-time depression.
Right.
So how I'm sharing this part-time, I couldn't be full-time depressed because I'm a parent. I have
Right.
kids, I have responsibilities, I have employees, I have a business.
Right.
So part-time was meaning minutes of crying. There was not one single day that I didn't cry the whole year.
Okay.
I'm way better now.
Yes,
I'm at a
yes, you
different
are.
stage.
Yes, you are.
What pulled me through was my business, my family, my kids. And it was very, very hard. And part-time depression and also temporary, just like my business is temporary employment for
Right.
people, attempt to hire. That's how that business blended with what I was going through. And thankfully, I have an amazing partner now. My kids and my business is thriving, and I'm going to continue doing everything. But I'm always smiling, even when I was
She
depressed. So
is.
Right.
you will never know. So yes, reach out to people, share what you do. I think you're an amazing resource for
Right.
for many,
For
many
men,
people,
yes.
for
Awesome.
men, women. You kept mentioning black. I'm Latina. We Latinos need you.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that need you out there, Caucasian, all ethnicities.
Right, all of 'em.
Because you just never know what people go through.
You never know.
Yes, just like people didn't know what I was going through until Miss Scott was one of them. But behind the snes, we do a lot. It doesn't matter the industry, but we do
Right.
a lot, whether it's at home or business.
It's beautiful. It's
Yes.
beautiful. Before we close, I'd like to have just for her to say something. See the
August
beautiful
2nd.
certificates. I don't do that, you guys. Miss Johnson is the lady, and she is so talented and she is so good at what she does. I want her to come up and just say something. She is my right hand person, my all and everything. She's here, there, everything. She
She's
is
the
it.
best office coordinator
takes
you could ever
pictures.
find.
No, she's the office manager.
Oh, she's the office manager. Okay.
And Miss Flores is her assistant. Miss Flores is not here today. She's getting her daughter off to college, but she's not here today. So she's gonna say something to you guys today. Look at that beautiful wording in there. No, well, we didn't read it. Can somebody read it? Can somebody read it, please? Get that. Come on, let her read. Okay, come on. You need to read it. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Let her read. She gonna read. She gonna read the men. Yeah.
No, she reading the women.
Yeah. Read that one. Okay. And you got the men. Yeah. You go
Okay,
read
so
this one.
for
Okay.
this one, it has congratulations, National Cancer Survivor Hero. This is for Marlon Holden. And it has Safe Communities is deeply honored to recognize a true hero whose incredible strength, courage, and unwavering spirit have guided them through the difficult journey of battling cancer. Your experience touches our hearts and serves as a powerful reminder that even in the darkest moments, hope, resilience, and can guide us forward. And it has the date, signature from Mama Scott,
Okay.
and Dr. Scott as well.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay. Go ahead, read it. Okay. Got it. Okay.
Okay, and this one is the congratulations, Men's Health and Wellness of the Month.
Okay.
Sean Allison. I know some Allisons too. Safe Community is proud to recognize your outstanding contribution to the community in the advocating for men's health and wellness through education and outreach. We greatly admire your commitment to raising awareness, empowering individuals to take charge of their well-being. Your efforts are genuinely making a meaningful difference in many lives.
Yes, yes.
And we appreciate the compassion and dedication you bring to this important cause.
All righty. Thank you. Let's give them a hand. That's so beautiful. You want to say something? All righty. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Thank you so much for all that you
Thank
do.
you.
Thank you so much. At this time, I just want to say, you guys,
Our event, August
our
2nd.
event,
August 2nd.
August 2nd,
You were looking for people
from 11 to
sponsor?
2:30. We're looking for vendors, calling our vendors. We need
Yes.
vendors to come and all. 11, so we're going to have a lot going on. Sandra is not here, but everybody's asking Sandra. And they asked me, I said, you need to ask Sandra. They said, what are fans at? I said, I don't know who no fans at. I said, you need to ask Sandra. I don't know no boots on the ground, but Sandra Scott is not here today. She's working at Spring ISD. You know that's her main job. Well, y'all want to know about them, but Sandra's going to have the boots on the ground. The women's going to be doing. Where the fans at, right? But guess what? You can be sure Miss Scott ain't gonna be out there doing no boots on the ground. But anyway, I just
Well, it's
I just
gonna
want
be
to
a
say
beautiful day.
that Safe Communities love you, Radio Dabang love you always. And I just want to say to Mr. Modcon and Seema, his wife, I thank them so much for sponsoring this show every month. They sponsored the show. You guys were going into our 7th year doing this show. And Mr. Modcon has been on our board for all those 7 years, and I love him and I love his wife. And thank y'all so much for this. But I'm going to miss him, right, because I can't go and talk to him like I could run over there because they've already moved the law firm. So the law firm is in another place. So they're not in here with us, and I'm going to miss them. So I hope y'all listen to me today because I'm going to miss you guys. But thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a wonderful day. Tell somebody you love them and smile.
Yes.
You'll never know what nobody's going through. Take care. Same place, same time next month. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okie dokie.